Willie D. Live.
The alcohol addiction that you talked about, you think that was connected to your relationship with your father?
Oh, yeah.
How bad was it?
It was bad. So my background is military, and then I was a police officer, and then
Teacher.
I taught criminal justice. So my mom left to go to rehab when I was 4. And then she came and brought me with her when I was like 5. And we went through all the facilities together. So I went to all the AA, CA meetings with her. She had me right by her side. So I was clear of the community and what alcoholism looked like. When it came to my dad, I didn't know that it actually bothered me in the way that it did until there was a moment I had to go to his grave, and I recognized that I had never held him accountable for not being present in my life, and that was the source of me not feeling chosen. It was the source of me just ultimately not feeling loved, not feeling wanted, not feeling seen, heard, or acknowledged. And when I finally had the conversation with my dad at his grave, that was the last day that I drank. So all addiction is a reflection of a world that you are attempting to escape. If a person is addicted to anything, even if it's just food, escapism, watching TV, traveling, which is very subtle, the average person doesn't know that even traveling is a form of them attempting to escape their emotional well-being. And so when I recognized that I was escaping, I had to figure out where the source was, and it led me right back to my dad. Many other things, but specifically my dad.
Was there like a particular moment, like in public or in private, besides being at the cemetery, where the alcohol abuse hit you in the face? Was like, yo, do you fall? Did everybody wake up the next day? Girl, you need some help. You tripped out last night.
For sure. So I was drinking every day, and I tried to stop drinking every day for 3 years straight. And
you were actively trying.
Oh
to
yeah,
stop
I would
for 3
stop.
years.
I hated it. I did not enjoy it. I despised drinking, but I was addicted to it.
And before you gave it up altogether, what's the longest stretch that you had where you were sober?
Oh, I wouldn't last a day.
Oh, wow.
I would go to work. I would get off work. I would go to the liquor store. I would go home. I would drink. Then I would feel guilty. I would feel embarrassed, and I would feel bad. And then I would make a vow to myself, this is the last day. So I try to drink as much as I could, even in that night.
And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking wine. I'm drinking vodka, lime, anything that can.
Master pain.
Mm-hmm. And so I even burned my house down in the process of drinking, and that was like the last night. It was like
inadvertently. You didn't purposely.
No.
You didn't say, I'm finna burn this thing down.
No.
Okay.
Actually, I was attempting to have a ceremony with myself and God, and I was saying that I'm ready to shed and release all the things that no longer serve me. And I woke up 5 hours later and I lost everything to my name. That's how that happened. And even then, I still didn't stop drinking. But every day it was like, this is my last day. And I would, the next day, still drink again. So to answer your question, I had a situation where there was someone I was dating, and he kind of just told me, hey, I want to try to see how another relationship is going to work out, and invited me and the other person to the same event, and didn't give me the heads up. I didn't know, so I felt like I was kind of ambushed. And so I went off in the parking lot. I told him exactly how I felt. I didn't hold anything back. And in the midst of me going off, I said, how come no one ever chooses me? And I was like, oh, man.
You said it out loud?
I said, this don't have nothing to do with you. I knew right then and there. I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to my dad. this is how subtle the healing process happens. There's things within our body that's like, hey, you're projecting onto this person, but this person is really just like an angel saying, hey, I need you to really go and heal this wound. I'm going to make you so uncomfortable that you have to figure out where the source of your alcoholism came from. After I said that, I apologized. I recognized that I was not speaking to him. I was speaking to my dad. How come my dad never chose me? How come my dad wasn't present for me? And that's why I attracted situations where men would always choose other people other than me, because I felt like my dad chose alcohol and he did not choose me. And so the next day I went to my dad's grave, and that was that. Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a similar situation where with my mom. After she died, I was really, really grief-stricken. And one day, every night, like the first 2 weeks, she would come to me in my dreams and spook me. It would spook me, like, and the thing about it, like, you know, I was like, you know, I want to see her, I want her back. And so she would come to me every night for 2 weeks and try to take me with her. And I was like, no, I don't want to go. I was like, you know, like when I was in my late 20s when this happened. I was like, shit, I don't want to see you that bad, Mama. I love you, but I was like,
I want you back. I just ain't trying to go with you.
Yeah, man. I was like, I want you back. Yeah, I was like trying to go. I ain't know where you was trying to go, but I was like, she was grab. I could see it right now. She was just reach out and grab my hand and just try to pull me. And I'm like, no. And one night, I prayed and I asked God to don't let her come back. And it stopped. That's why I believe in the power of prayer. It stopped, bro. And that's just one time that happened to me where I prayed on something like, and it, you know, it's real, bro.
Absolutely.
It's real. And I'm not even a Bible thumper. I'm not that dude. I'm not even like that. Like, I'd be suspicious of stuff like that. Man, that ain't real. Man, that ain't, you know, but man, it was real. I'm a believer. I'm a true believer in that.